physicist, and some people ask me the question, what has physics done for me lately? I mean, do I get better color television? Do I get better internet reception with physics? And the answer is yes. You see, physics is at the very foundation of matter and energy. We physicists invented the laser.
WOMN.
We invented the transistor. We helped to create the first computer. We helped to construct the
/WOM/. Learn to pronounce. Noun. Noun, woman, plural noun, women. An adult female human being. A drawing of a young woman. Similar. Lady. Adult female. Female. Girl. Person. Lass. Lassie. Wife. Colleen. Frau. Senora. Senora. The female of the species. Member of the fair sex. Member of the fairer sex. Bird. Gal. Jane. Sister. Sheila. Femme. Judy. Dame. Broad. Frail. Maid. Maiden. Damsel. Demoiselle. Gentlewoman. Bint. Mare. Offensive. Bitch. A female member of a workforce, team, etc. Thousands of women were laid off. A female person associated with a particular place, activity, or occupation. A Princeton woman was recently named the Young Lawyer of the Year. Female adults in general. Woman is intuitive. A disrespectful form of address to a woman. Don't be daft, woman. Dated. A female person who is paid to clean someone's house and carry out other domestic duties. A daily woman. A person's wife, girlfriend, or female lover. He wondered whether Billy had his woman with him. Similar. Girlfriend. Girl. Partner. Significant other. Wife. Spouse. Consort. Fiancé. Lover. Mistress. Sweetheart. Enamorada. Better half. Other half. Baby. MRS. Old lady. GF. Mrs. Bird. Her indoors. MOT. Donna. BB. Querida. Lady friend. Lady love. Young lady. Lady. Lady wife. Old Dutch. Squeeze. Patootie. Lehman. Doxy. Paramour. A person with the qualities traditionally associated with females. I feel more of a woman by empowering myself to do what is right for me. A female individual, 1. With that money, a woman could buy a house and put 2 kids through college. Phrases. As is the next woman. as is the average woman. I can be as skeptical as the next woman. Be someone's woman. Be the woman perfectly suited to a particular requirement or task. If you want a business partner to show you the ropes, then I'm your woman. Be woman enough to do. Be brave enough to do. I'm woman enough to admit when I'm wrong. The little woman. A condescending way of referring to one's wife. Male fisherfolk who take their catch home for the little woman to gut. My good woman. A patronizing form of address to a woman. You're mistaken, my good woman. Separate the women from the girls. Show or prove which women in a group are truly competent, brave, or mature. These are the situations that separate the women from the girls. Woman about town. A fashionable female socialite. For years it was the place to shop for the smart woman about town. Woman of the cloth. A clergy woman. Woman of God. A clergy woman. Woman of honor. A woman who adheres to what is right or to a high standard of conduct. That she resign at all means she is a woman of honor. Woman of the house. The female head of a household. Woman of letters. A female scholar or author. Woman of the moment. A woman of importance at a particular time. She is the woman of the moment right now in Hollywood. The woman on the street. An ordinary woman with regard to their opinions, or as distinct from an expert. The survey asks a variety of questions to find out what the woman on the street really thinks about saving for retirement. Woman of the streets. A prostitute. A woman's woman. A woman who is more popular and at ease with other women than with men. I am a woman's woman who likes to encourage my fellow women leaders to keep going. Woman to woman. In a direct and frank way between two women. Alice smiled at her, woman to woman. Origin. Old English withman, man, see wife, man, a formation peculiar to English, the ancient word being wife. Woman. Combining form. Suffix, woman. In nouns denoting a woman of a specified nationality or origin. English woman. In nouns denoting a woman belonging to a specified group or having a specified role or occupation. Saleswoman. In nouns denoting a woman skilled in or associated with a specified activity. Needlewoman. Oxford English Dictionary, the definitive record of the English language. From the second edition, 1989. Woman end. Woman end. Woman end. Woman end. From at least the 16th. Examples of the delta forms of the sing, without initial W, follow here. For illustration of the more normal forms, see sense 1. 1455 Potin Lent. I, 343 Your poor Bidomon and cousin, Alice Crane. 1558 Charnock BK, Astron. Title of chapter, MS, is the theft man or omen or boda. 1623 Shakes. Mary W. 4. I, 52 EUA. Lawyer Priables, O man. EUA. O man, forbear. 1632 Nabs COV. Guard. V2, your ladyship's human. 1749 Fielding Tom Jones 15. X, when her lordship was so very kind as to offer to make me her one human. 1808 Jameson, human, the PRON of woman. 1837 Dickens Pico. 13, putting on his spectacles to look at a married woman. 1838 JAS Grant SK, London. 69 Bad luck to the woman. 1898 G, W E, Russell COLL and recall. 14 Like other hybrid people of his time, he SC Lord John Russell, called a woman an umandot. I, 1. A, an adult female human being. The context may or may not have special reference to sex or to adult age. Cf. man in .14 ACD. Man or and, woman used appositionally equals male or, and, female. Sing. Alpha C893 Alfredoris. 3, 6. Tu minutia hadin Whiffman, eon Hiora wizen sealed none beyond. C1000 Alfred Gen 2. 22 God. Ewart T. Rib, Ehi Anam of Adame, to Anam Whiffman. Judges 4. 22 De Clipode Seo Vimman Killis him 2. C1175 Lamb. Hom. 15 If they lay where anew, Nulda Naman Mizdon we or, any Wepman any Whiffman any Maiden. C1200 Trin. COLL Hom. 133 Elif Holy Vimman Sarah. A 1250 all in night. 1357 If women enchly dern. C1290s, ENG leg. For 86/53, Gene and bring this SWYNA now to this poor Whiffman. C1300 Havelock 1156 E fairest women under moan. 13. K. Horn 552, Harl. Ms. Aaron E. He and EWYF take or WY women forward make. 1340 Iamb. 31 He's A to E Mane and to E with man, etc. Beta 1225 Anchor. R. 12 Wars Woman Lo or Mon by him 1. Ibid. 58 is as a swud dreadlick word to woman at ski higher to wepmon Zion. A 1240 Horizon in OE Hom. I 191 NIS no woman e born at EBO Illish. 13. Corda L. 3863 man, woman, every Saracen. 1499 Prompt. Parv. 534/2, edition Pinson, woman. Gamma C1275 lay. 2237 woman, C1205 Whiffman, OU hard hand. 1297 R. Glauc. Rules, 211 Alvor a woman at Helion was eclipsed as Bataille versed Bygan. A 1300 Cursor M, 9000 Folio and a wicked woman will. Ibid, 20285 Quill Skos Bacchus, at Suet woman, St. Iancom 1362 Langle. P. PLA 8. 74 EI would no woman at EI with Dealey. 14. In REL and I, 275 to one prize women whitey were a shame, for a woman was thy dame. 1476 Stoner Papers, Camden 2. 7 in YFF ye wold be a good editor off your meat alway, that ye MYGHT wax, and grow fast to be a woman. 1546 in J. Bullock Piners, 1887, 63 Uri Piner based man and Voman. 1588 Shakes. LLL4. I 125 one that was a woman when Queen Guinevere of Britain was a little wench. 1591 2 Gent. 4. 165 Our youth got me to play the woman's part, and I was trimmed in Madame Elia's gown. 1667 Dryden and DK, Nook. Sir M. Mar all 3. 1668, 26 A woman's in a sad condition, that has nothing to trust to, but a periwig above, and a well-trimmed shoe below. 1697 Congreve Morn. Bride 3. Ed. Finn, Heaven has no rage, like love to hatred turned, nor hell a fury, like a woman scorned. 1735 Pope EP Lady 216 Men, some to busness, some to pleasure take, but every woman is at heart a rake. 1780 J. Brown Toleration, 1803, 81 No ecclesiastical power can reside in a heathen, a woman, or a child. 1804 Wordso. She was a phantom 27 a perfect woman, nobly planned, to warn, to comfort, and command. 1818 Byron Wanai, Alexi, her stature tall I hated dumpy woman. 1835 Hook G, Gurney 7. In New MO Mag. XLIV, 18 A girl of 17 is a woman, when a man of 17 is a boy. 1867 Act 30 and 31 Vict. C. 133. In this act woman shall mean a female of the age of 18 years or upwards. 1887 Act 50 and 51 Vict. C. 5875. In this act woman means a female of the age of 16 years or upwards. 1889 J.S. Winter Mrs. Bob v. A girl she was not, but a woman of at least 9 and 20. PL Alpha C 900 TR Betas History 3. V 1890 162 E Wapenitman E Vim Men. C 1000 Christ's Descent 48 with Monaret Fella Femnina. 1154 OE Chronicles Laud MSN. 1137 A Naaman High Carlman and Vim Men and Dieden Heam in prison. C 1200 Trin. COLL Hom. 215 If he Hodid Light Mid Stephen for to Liken Womenin. C 1290 John 196 in S, ENG Leg. 408 12,000 men with a children, and Vim Men. 1297 R, Glauc. Rolls, 2753 Often Vim Men, V.RR. Vim Main, Womans, Womanies, Womans, Form High Come to Men Also. A 1300 Cursor M, 7044, Zamazines E Vim Men Land Widouten Man. A 1300 K, Horn 67 of Ale Women, VR Women, Worst was Godhild, N. 13. Cursor M, 24644, Eden. Whitwar Wyman at Imsot. 1340 Iamb. 10 to Hab Eula Reed Uleslik Mid Withman. C 1375 Cursor M, 8583 Heading, How I J. Women were yugged for a child etain slow in her bed. 1470 to 85 Mallory Arthur 2. 7. 83 For her sake I shall owe women the better low. C 1500 God Speed the Plow 87 Wyman Commeth Weeping on the same Mon Air. C 1620 Welsh Imbus. 4. 1509 Malone SOC. Arvali and Comrags so fright the Iman that, etc. 1790 Mrs. Wheeler Westmold. Dial. 60 What is come among Vim Men and lasses e this parish? Beta C 1205 Lay. 11718 AEC Heo No Men Woman Wonder Ain Money. A 1240 Horizon in OE Hom. I 191 U ERT Bright and Blissful OU Ear Ale Woman. 13. Cursor M 23451 Got. Man has Gret liking on woman fair for to byhold. Gamma 1340 to 70 Alex. And dined. 1016 Hour Fingris of Fin Goldie Full and we Ringus, as is Womanus Won for Wordleish Close. C 1386 Chaucer Melib. 91 of Ale Woman Good Woman Fundi Nuer. 1390 Gower CONFI, 58 of Body Boda, and a visage lick unto woman of young age. C 1400 Mandeville, 1839, 13. 143 Amazon, that is the London of Femini, where that no man is, but only Ale woman. C 1430 LYDG. MIN Poems, Percy SOC. 46 Here Jinneth a dight of women his hornies. C 1449 Peacock representing I, XX. 119 by Warring of Womanies Corchiefes. C 1450 Merck's Festal 22 All Good Men in Women. C 1450 Cursor M, 10528 Laud, were alle women to bear crown. 1553 Respublica 1454 Men should kiss women. 1573 L, Lloyd Pilger. Princes, 1586, 55b, the 50 virgins certain baits being set of purpose by the gentlemen of Messina for their virginities, and now ready being then maids, to be made women that night. 1596 Dalrymple Tr. Leslie's History Scott. V. STS, I, 290 Woman Koha had vowed chastity. 1611 Coriat Crudities 247, Venice, I saw women act, a thing that I never saw before. 1753 to 4 Richardson Grandison 2. 8. 51 girls are said to be sooner women than boys or men. 1818 Shelley Julian 592 like one of Shakespeare's women. 1874 Hardy far from matting crowd XXV. They were already loading hay, the women raking it into cocks and windrows. 1904 M. Pemberton Red Morn 8, the women first, and one by one dot. If any man goes out of his turn, I will shoot him like a dog. Delta 1375 Barber Bruce 3. 734 men MYCHT her women heli cry. C1375 SC leg. Saints X, Matt Ho, 347 mariage to Copal men and Vemine. C1400 Dester. Troy 8056 hit is a proper tie approach to all women in the world to be even stable. Ibid, 1090 for the women welt home to ground with swappies of horse swords. 1456 COV. Leet BK, 288 most excellent princes of Wayman Mordall. 1503 to 4 Rec. St. Mariot Hill, 1904, 252 for the macking of the Nev Vemans Pevies. 1512 Riotously Chronicles, Camden, I-8 Cervantes, Prentices, Weeman, and all other to pay 4D. A piece. 1553 Respublica 1462 they be Weemen and perchance may be faced out. 1617 Morrison Iton, I-168 the French liberty of the Weemen makes the Italians judge them without shame. 1641 title, The Petition of the Weemen of Middlesex. A 1699 A. Hawkett Autobiog. Camden, 22, I draced him in the Weeman's habit that was prepared. WCH fitted his high knees very well. B. Generically without article, the female human being, the female part of the human race, the female sex. Hence gen woman's equals womanly, female, feminine. C950 Lindisf. Gosp. Matt, 19. For masculum et feminam facit eos, Wopenmon and Whiffman ewart hia. C1000 Alfred Deuteronomy XXII. 5 Nescride nan with high mid wapeman's reef, any wapeman mid whiffman's reef. A 1250 PROV Alfred 281 in OE miscellaneous, 118 women is Wordwell, and Hawtonge to Swift. C1290S, ENG leg. 29 best burn at Ewer of woman was Ibor. C1386 Chaucer Melib. 142 what is better than wise doom? Woman. And what is better than a good woman? No thing. 1526 Pilger. Perf. W. to W. 1531, 271b for in man is no assurance, and mosh less in woman. 1697 Dryden Aenes 4. 820 woman's a various and a changeful thing. 1753 to 4 Richardson Grandison 3. 17. 133 woman is the glory of all created existence, but you, madam, are more than woman. 1766 Goldsum. Vic W. XXIV. Song, When Lovely Woman Stoops to Folly. 1808 Scott Marm. 6. Triple X. 10 Woman. In our hours of ease, uncertain, coy, and hard to please. 1823 Quinton D. 14. Get thee gone with thy woman's wear. 1849 Frood Nim. Faith 224 all that woman's care or woman's affection could do to soften off her end was done. 1853 Dickens Bleak Ho 14. But woman, lovely woman, said Mr. Turveydrop, what a sex you are. 1855 Kingsley in Life. 1877 for 53 woman's heart is alike in all ranks. 1894 Max Aurel John Bull and Company 284 of all the domestic animals invented for the service of man in South Africa, the most useful is woman. C. PL in pregnant use with reference to, irregular, intercourse with women. C. 1200 Vices and Virtues 127, he saith for Atesh ne for drinches ne for withman ne scalman nor ben for Loren. 1420 to 22. A 1532, 1621, 1727, 1819, C. Wine N.11 FB. 1535 Coverdale 1 Sam, XXI. For YF the young men how only refrained themselves from women. 1577 Frampton Joyful News 15 Above all things let HYM keep HYM self from women. D. As a mode of address. CF man in .14e. Now, except dial. And in renderings of foreign modes of speech, used chiefly derogatorily or jocularly. C1230 Halley Maid. 1922, 42 woman, if you howest were after I will. A 1240 Horizon in OE Hom. I, 189 Help Me Marie, Motor and Maiden Dior Vimmon. C1250 Kent. CERM. In OE Miscellaneous, 29 Your Loward Seed to Hire, What Belongeth Hit to Me or to Eve Wyman. A 1300 Cursor M, 16651 Vimmen, Dos AY. Weep ye not for me. 1377 Langle. PLB 3. 105 in Whittley, Woman. Rob has to oft. 1382 Wycliffe Matt, 15. 280 Thou Woman, T. Fife is Greta. C. 1440 York Mist. 9. 93 Woman, Arte O.U. Wood? 1607 Shakes. COR 4. I. 12 Verg. O'Hoens. O'Hoens. Corio. Nay, I pry thee, woman. 1667 Milton PL 9. 343 O woman, best are all things, as the will of God ordained them. 1726 R, West Hecuba 4. 24 O woman. Thy calamities are great. 1842 S. Lover Handy Andy 9, Ara, woman, don't be talking your balderdash to me. 1860 Salabad. Pier. I. 3. 63 Will you hold your tongue, woman, her husband cried out woman. Hold my tongue. This language to me. 1901 S. McNaughton Fortune of Christina M. Nab I. Woman, you are just perfect, responded Colin, but you have not got the English tone. E. With allusion to qualities conventionally attributed to the female sex, as mutability, capriciousness, proneness to tears, also to their traditional consignment to a position of inferiority or subjection, phr to make a woman of, to bring into submission. C. 1400 Baron 872 She had done a vom man's deedy. C. 1400 Anters Arth. 107 Hit Wearied, hit Wayment as a woman. C. 1515 Interl. For elementary, Percy SOC. 23 Then no I a lighter meat than that dot. It is even a woman's tongue, for that is ever styringe. A 1548 Hall Chronicles, Hen. 8185b, this piece was called the women's piece, for because that notwithstanding this conclusion, yet neither the emperor trusted the French KYNG, nor he neither trusted nor lewd HYM. 1591 Shakes. 2 Gent. I 2. 23 Yule. Your reason? Lo. I ha no other but a woman's reason. I think him so, because I think him so. 1593 Passionate Morris, 1876, 79 At last, with a resolution, she played the woman, falling into so kind a vein of scooting, as she had charged him with 1,000 discourtesies. 1595 Shakes. John V. 6. 22, 1596 Tam. SHR 4. V. 36. 1596 1 Hen. 4 2. 3 112. 1602 Ham. I 2. 146 Frailty, thy name is woman. 1605 First Point Geronimo I 2. 62b Woman in all parties, saw in thy eyes. 1612 Field, title, A Woman is a Weathercock. 1677 W. Hughes Man of Sin 2. 8. 125 Oh what great bargains are these. And cheap enough in any woman's conscience. 1742 Colonel Reck, Pensilve. For 579 we conquered you, we made women of you. 1836 W. Irving Astoria XXI. 2:40. I have seen your husband carrying wood into his lodge to make the fire. Where was his squaw, that he should be obliged to make a woman of himself? 1850 Smedley F. Fairlake XXVII. Don't make such a fuss, you're as bad as a woman. 1851 Kingsley 3 Fishers 5 For men must work, and women must weep. F. Now always with the essential qualities of a woman, womanly characteristics, that which makes a woman what she is, womanliness, occasion the feminine side or aspect, predicatively equals feminine, womanish. 1611 Bohm. And F.L. King in No K. 4. 4. But that my eyes have more of woman in M than my heart, I would not weep. 1637 N. Whiting albino, and Balama 18 not in a fit of woman cry and whine. 1661 Evelyn Tyrannus 25. It is not possible to say which is the more woman of the two coated Sardanapoluses. 1676 Dryden Orings. V. 80 All the woman worked within your mind. 1771 Mackenzie Manfield. XXI, 1803, 28 Take away that girl, she has woman about her already. 1821 Scott Kennellow. 14. It might be said that the Earl of Sussex had been most serviceable to the Queen, while Leicester was most dear to the woman. 1834 Sir H. Taylor Artevelda I2. 3. Teach her to subdue the woman in her nature. 1844 Fraser's Mag. XXX. 532/2 Liddy was really taking the woman upon her in earnest. 1885 MRS. Alexander at Bay 7, she knew that all the woman in her somewhat masculine nature had gone out, in maternal affection to her husband's nephew. 1894 G. Edgerton Keynotes 188 to get at the woman under that infernal corset. G. One's own woman, mistress of oneself, independent. Afterman in .14L. OBS. 1605 Marston Dutch Courtesan 3. I assure you I'll near marry dot. Marry God forfend I'll Leo my own woman. H. In contrast, explicit or implicit, with lady, see Lady N. 4. 1788 Wesley Weeks. 1872, 7. 34 Hunting, shooting, fishing, wherein not many women, I should say ladies, are concerned. 1837 Dickens Pico. XXXII, you are such an unreasonable woman, remonstrated Mr. Benjamin Allen. I beg your pardon, young man, said Mrs. Rattle, but who do you call a woman? 1847 Athenaeum October 30th 1128/1 Defendant pleaded that the person described as a woman was in fact a lady. 1855 Mrs. Gaskell North and S. XXXIX. So that was the lady you spoke of as a woman? You might have told me who she was. I with qualification denoting status, occupation, or character, woman enters into many compounds or collocations more or less permanent, corresponding to those of man, man in .14p, but much less numerous. See the various qualifying words in bondwoman, charwoman, countrywoman, gentlewoman, horsewoman, manwoman, needlewoman, old woman, tirewoman, townswoman, wise woman, young woman, etc. Woman bond, nonsense version of bondwoman. First woman equals prima donna. Little woman, a female child, girl, cf little man, man in .14f. Also, an affectionate or playful form of address to a girl or young woman, ESP1 in whom womanly qualities are conspicuous. New woman, a woman of advanced views, advocating the independence of her sex and defying convention, hence new womandom, new womanish ADJ. 1675 Hobbes Odyssey 4. 12 The second wedding was his son's, whom on a woman bond he had begot. 1827 Earl of Mount Edgecombe M.U.S. Remin. Edition 2, 47 At one of the smaller theaters, however, the part of first woman in an intermezzo was filled by a very promising singer, who became in time one of the best first men. 1868 L. M. Alcott, title, Little Women, or Meg, Jo, Beth, and Amy. 1880, see Prima Donna. 1893 G. Kissing on Women I 8. 235 a strong character, of course. More decidedly one of the new women than you yourself, isn't she? 1894 Sarah Grandin N. America Reverend March 271 Both the cowwoman and the scumwoman are well within the range of the comprehension of the bawling brotherhood, but the new woman is a little above him. 1894 Ouida Ibid. May 616 The elegant epithet of cowwoman implies the contempt with which maternity is viewed by the new woman. 1894 Granted December 8, 122 The Alexandra, Dublin, ladies are models of new womandom. 1896 Harper's Mag, XCII. 32/1 She is not at all of an unsentimental nature, only fractious new womanish, perhaps. 1897 Ouida Massereens 4, They were pretty babies, dear little men and women. J. In phraseological collocations Caresp. To those SV man in point 118, as woman of all work, business, color, fashion, honor, letters, livelihood, pleasure, the people, property, sense, the town, the world, see also these NS. Woman about town, see town N, 8B, woman in the street, see street N, 3H, woman to woman, CF man in point 14H. 1484 Test Eber. Surtees, 3. 257 Aurelius to marry Hym till a woman of Livelet to his Degra. 1697 Defoe S. Projects 303 A woman of sense and breeding. 1705 Vanbrugh Country Ho. 2. You must behave yourself like a woman of honor, and keep your word. 1742 Fielding J. Andrews I. 7. She resolved to preserve all the dignity of the woman of fashion to her servant. 1818 T. Brown Brighton, or the Stein I. 20 She passes for a woman of letters. 1837 Dickens Pickoo. XXXII, the young woman of all work. 1838 O. Twists Lei coming, and so's the young woman of property that's going to take a fancy to me. 1847 L. Hunt Men, Women and B. 1876, 316 Our Little Woman of Letters, SC Lady Mary W. Montague, read all the books she could lay her hands on. 1849 Lyell second visit US 2. 11 The pleasant expression of countenance of a young woman of color. 1859 Lytton What will he do with it? 3, 6. 9, 302 Talking thus, Arabella forgot the relationship of pupil and teacher. It was a woman to woman, girl to girl, friend to friend. 1907 G.B. Shaw Major Barbara 3. 274. I thought she was a woman of the people, and that a marriage with a professor of Greek would be far beyond the wildest social ambitions of her rank. 1929 J.B. Priestley Good Companions 3. The 586 I should think you have news, said Susie, smiling and being tremendously woman to woman. 1933 Kipling Souvenirs of France 2. 44 A woman of the people led her away. 1935 E. Bowen House in Paris 2. 3. 114 Her round slate blue eyes rolled in a woman-to-woman way. 1962 L. Greg's Terror Wears Smile 4. 58 There's not going to be any nonsense. You know what I mean. Those words had been uttered in a quiet woman-to-woman chat some weeks before. 1982 H. Innes Black Tide v. 3. 272 If I told her, woman to woman, the sort of person Karen was dot. Perhaps she'd understand then. K. In the 16th and 17th centuries frequency. With play on a pseudo-etymological association with woe, also, less frequent, between we men, equals women, and we men. OBS. A 1500 Chester plays, Crete. 259 Woman, sooth said I and prophesy when thou wast taken of my body, man's wo thou wouldest be Whitlie, therefore thou wast so named. 1534 More Comf. AGST. TRIB. To RDR, man himself born of a woman, is indeed a woman, that is, full of what and misery. 1546 J. Haywood PROV 2. 7. A woman. As who saith, woe to the man. 1589 Puttenham English Poesy 2. 18. Arb. 147 not money, nor many, nor any, but any, not we men but we men bear the bell. 1601 in Bullen-Moore lyrics, 1888, 143 women, what are they? We men, what are we? 1616 RC times whistle V, 1962 woman when they will can weep. 1653 R, fleck no miscellaneous, 70 Shep. Woe has end when 'tis alone, but in woman never none. Nim. Say of woman worst ye can, what prolongs their woe, but man? L. Proverbs. L. Proverbs. M. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned in var. C. Scorn. C. 1425 cast. Persive. 2650 in macro plays 156 or women are many wordies. C. 1440 alphabet of tales 396 Socrates said it woman, i.e. more show was bet, wars was show. 1520 Callisto and Melib. Ijb, Whitey is an old saying that women be the dial's nets and head of sin. 1541 Skol H, women 690 in Hazel. EPP 4. 131 women and dogs cause much strife. 1545 Tavernary Rasm. PROV 31B, fire, C, woman, THRE Yules. 1589 Puttenham English Poesy 3. 19, Arb. 239 It may be likened to the manner of women, who as the common saying is, will say nay and take it. Ibid, XXIV. 297 A woman will weep for pity to see a gosling go barefoot. 1594 Myrrh. Policy 1599 Zij, is it not an old proverb? That women in ships are noyers so perfect, but still there is somewhat to be amended. 1599 Sandys Europe spec. 1629, 194 Seeing as the proverb is, a dead woman will haw forward to carry her forth. 1639 J. Clark Peroem. 117 A woman, assy, and walnut. Have wanted to kill him, you might as well start with me. You've heard that one about hell having no fury like a woman scorned? Well, that was me. 1942 N. Marsh Death and Dancing Footman 3. 49 He broke out into merriment calculated to arouse in chorus the pangs proper to a woman scorned. 1967 Death at Dolphin 8. 222 She really does bear out the woman scorned crack. She is not all that charitably disposed at any time. 1971 J. Ripley Davis doesn't live here anymore. 120 For the discarded mistress the woman scorned motive. 1973 I. Murdoch Black Prince 330 Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. In a way I might have been flattered. 2. A female servant, ESP a lady's maid or personal attendant. Often PL, also equals womenfolk. A 766 Ponent. ABP, Egbert 4. In Thorpe Laws, 1842. 182 if HWYLC with higher Whiffman swing. C1000 Alfred Gen XX. 18 God Uit Node Il Heis Vim Men. 1340 Iamb. 67 is Zen is INE Welle Manners ASE INE Surgens I higher lordings, INE Whiffman I hair Luades. C1450 Merlin V, 90. I require that as soon as it is born that ye take it to own of your most secrete woman. 1565 calories, Scott. Papers, 1902. 142 to play a party at a play they call the Biles, my mestres Bethern, and I against the Queen, and my Lord Darley the women to have the gain of the winnings. 1613 shakes. Han. 8, I4. 93 Sir Thomas Bullen's daughter, one of Her Highness women. 1663 Dryden rival ladies I2, a note put privately into my hand by Angelina's woman. 1749 Fielding Tom Jones 7. 8 In town I visit none, but the women of quality. 1809 Malkin Gil Blas X, 9. RTLDG, 360 another coach in 4, with Seraphina's women. 1893 Leslie Keith Lisbeth 3, I wonder ye dare put such an affront on me before the women. 1898 R. Hickens Londoners X, from Mrs. Crouch, ma'am, her Grace's woman. 3. A lady love, mistress. OBSB. A kept mistress, paramour. 13. K. Alice. 7567 They toke and slough Herkin, and yold Kindleek his woman. 1561 Hobie Tr. Castiglione's courtier 3. 1577 QVJ, a Pharaohan dialogue full of the affection of a lower with his woman. 1639 JS, Clitimus 25 Agree to be my woman, and I will consent to be thy man. 1666 Pepys Diary October 13th, the Duke of York leaves off care of business, what with his woman, my Lady Denham, and is hunting 3 times a week. 1719 Defoe Crusoe 2. Globe, 384 If any of you take any of these women, as a woman or wife, he shall take but one. 1924 Galsworthy White Monkey 3. 7. They tell me elder son keeps 2 women. 4. A wife. Now only dial. NUS. CF Old Woman 1B and the Caresp. Use of man N.18. C1450 St. Cuthbert, Surtees, 7041 A night be his woman, Cumuxor he lay. 1598 Shakes. Mary W. 2. 2. 305 See the hell of howing a false woman, my bed shall be abused. A 1625 Fletcher Nice Valor 2. A man can in his lifetime make but one woman, but he can make his 50 queens a month. 1693 Dryden Juvenal 6. 295 Prepare thy neck and put it in the yoke, but for no mercy from thy woman look. 1765 in Buccleuch Manuscripts, History Manuscripts, COMM. For 16 My poor little woman has been in the drooping mood for 2 or 3 days. 1841 Thackeray G.T. Hoggarty Diam, X. Gates and his woman thought that they should come for art to help the kindest master and missus ever was. 1866 Carlyle Remin. 1881 2. 193, I persisted in them to the last, as did my woman. 1897 Kipling Captain Coor. 7. 147 He married my woman's aunt. B. The female mate of an animal. OBS rare. 1577 Gudge Heersbach's husb. 3. 144b The he-goat, by a certain instinct of nature, goeth always before his woman. 5. The reverse of a coin, in reference to the figure of Britannia, QV, upon it. Cf. Man N.117. 1785 Gross Dictionary Vulgar T. S.V. Harp. Harp is also the Irish expression for woman, or tail, used in tossing up in Ireland. 1835 Marriott Alia Potter. Ilwell 3, thus. Here goes heads or tails. John. Woman forever. 1888 R. Boulderwood Robbery under arms 11. I pulled out a shilling. If it's head we go, Jim. If it's woman, we stay here. 2. Attribute and comb. 6a. Simple attribute equals of or characteristic of a woman or women, feminine, womanly, woman city, woman eye, woman flesh, woman godhead, woman haunt, woman luck, etc. 1542 Udall Erasm. Apoth. 29 The woman sex is no less apta to learn all manner things than men are. 1621 Lady M. Roth Urania 104 Woman Modesty kept her silent. C 1622 Fletcher Prophetess 3. 3. You'll find it, but a woman fit to try ye. 1631 Haywood First Point Fair Maid of West 3. I 31 In this woman shape I'll cudgel thee. 1726 Pope Otis. 1982 Into the woman state is squint to pry. 1810 Scott Lady of L. V. XXVI, the only man, in whom a foe my woman mercy would not know. 1845 Cloth Poems, Theta Epsilon Epsilon Tau Sigma Omicron 7. I shall see thy soft brown eyes dilate to wakening woman thought. 1846 Mrs. Carlyle and Jane Welsh Carlyle, 1924, 278 What a contrast I often think betwixt that woman and Geraldine. The opposite poles of woman nature. 1880 G. Meredith Tragg. Comedians 2. V. 83 Exactly what his appreciation in woman flesh would lead him to fix on. 1883 Browning Jockin and Hackadosh 310 The woman nature the soft sway of undefinable omnipotence o'er our strong male stuff. 1895 Outing, U.S., XXVI. 346/2 The next moment he had taken the fair woman face between his hands. 1895 CATH Mag. December 4, 53 Her shrewd woman wit. 1897 H.S. Merriman in Kedar's Tense XXVI. Heading, Womancraft. 1915 D.H. Lawrence Rainbow 3. 81 He must get out of this oppressive, shut down, woman haunt. 1922 Joyce Ulysses 468 Under it lies the woman city. Ibid. 155 Mrs. Breen's womanize said melancholily. 1923 D.H. Lawrence Ladybird 53 She could not finally believe in her own woman godhead. 1946 Dylan Thomas Deaths and Entrances 40 The next door see dispelled frogs and satans and woman luck. 1971 V. Canning Firecrest 6. 83 He put his arm round her shoulder and felt through silk the warmth and firmness of woman flesh. B. Appos. A equals female, ESP with designations of occupation or profession, woman doctor, woman driver, woman help, woman journalist, woman officer, woman PC, woman police officer, woman savage, woman teacher, etc. etc. Having the character of a woman. B equals having the character of a woman, feminine, womanly, effeminate. OBS. A 1586 Sydney Arcadia 3. XXV, 1912, 497 rather than only shew herself a woman lover in fruitless lamentations. 1635 to 56 Kali Davidasai, 319. I have been a pious fool, a woman king. C. With names of animals, forming designations of creatures having the qualities or properties of a woman and of the particular animal. A 1625 Fletcher Woman's Prize 4. 4. I know her to be a woman wolf by transmigration. 1673 Ladies Calling I, 3. 23 Nothing can be more unnatural, more odious, than a woman tiger. 1889 Writer Haggard Allen's wife 11, The Brutes, acting under the direction of that woman monkey. 1893 Rodway Hand BK, British Guiana 67 How such an unwieldy creature, as the manatee, could ever have been figured as a woman fish can hardly be understood by anyone who has seen it. C. Objective, as woman follower, woman killer, woman queller, woman scorner, woman slayer, woman spitter, woman worshipper, woman wronger. Also woman bearing, woman churching, woman degrading, woman despising, woman flogging, woman murdering, woman quelling, woman worshipping. Adjectives, woman hating adj and n. Similative and parasynthetic, as woman-breasted, woman-faced, woman fair, woman-headed, woman-hearted, woman-proud, woman-vested. Adjectives, instrumental, as woman-bred, woman built, woman-conquered, woman-daunted, woman-governed, woman-made, woman-ridden, woman-tended. Adjectives. Seven. Special Comb. 1610 Healy Street, August. City of God 686 Ausonius makes her, SC the Sphinx, asterisk woman-faced. 1866 Lytton Lost Tales Miletus 96 beside him sate an image asterisk woman fair. 1794 Southey Coleridge's Fall of Robespierre 3. 181 The asterisk woman governed Roland. 1939 W. Fortescue There's Rosemary 12. 87 I even got personal praise from a asterisk woman-hating Don who acted as dramatic critic for the Varsity magazine. 1973 E. Taylor Serpent under it 11. 172 He was really an old dear, all that woman-hating stuff was just a pose. 1902 19th Center December 9 89 The asterisk woman-headed serpent. 1813 H. G. Nida Lashtar 3. 13 Well may the mild, the asterisk 7. Special Comb. Woman actor, A. An actress, B. An actor who takes women's parts. Woman boat equals women's boat. 10. Woman body dial. A person of the female sex, woman. Woman born A. Born of woman. Woman dangler, one who dangles after women. Woman errant, one who goes after women. Woman grown A. That has become a woman. Woman hour, an hour's work done by a woman. Woman house SC, a laundry. See also women house. 9C, woman keeper, a female nurse. Woman looper SC, a whoremonger. Woman mad. A. Mad after women, woman man, an effeminate man, or one who in some way resembles a woman. Woman market, a place for the sale, lit. Or figure of women, woman movement, the movement for the emancipation of women, or the recognition and extension of women's rights. Woman palaver African, illicit commerce. With a woman or women, woman physician, A. A woman's doctor, B. A woman doctor. Woman post, a female messenger or courier. Woman power, A. The exercise of authority by women, B. The number of women available for work. The power of women in work. Woman question, a controversy over the rights of women, ESP that in the 19th century, woman raving A. equals woman mad. Woman reputation, reputation with women. Woman shoemaker, a maker of women's shoes. Woman slaughter, the killing of a woman. By a human being, woman suffrage, the right of women to vote in public affairs. Hence woman suffragist, an advocate of woman suffrage. Woman surgeon, one who beautifies women by the aid of paints, washes, etc. Woman tired A. Tire V.22, henpecked. Woman trouble colloquial A. U.S. Gynecological problems. comb. With woman's as woman's poet, woman's tailor. Woman's boat equals women's boat, C10. Woman's magazine, a magazine designed primarily for women. Also, colloquial, woman's mag, frequency. Attribute, ESP alluding to superficiality or stereotypical attitudes regarded as associated with such productions. Woman's man, a lady's man, a gallant. Woman's medword equals meadword 2. Woman's movement equals woman movement. Since 7 above. Woman's page, a page of a newspaper devoted to topics intended to be of special interest to women. Woman's woman, a woman whose qualities are appreciated by other women. A woman who is popular with other women. CF man's man SV man endpoint 121. Woman's work work. Traditionally undertaken by women. 1769 Falconer Dictionary Marine, 1776. SV Canoe, Umiak, the asterisk woman's boat. 1912 Magazine Maker September 7th, title, Making a asterisk woman's magazine. 1944 U, Orange Company in Evening 2. 30 for the woman's magazine short story market may be a footling one. 1958 Observer February 23, 14 to the play Fools About It Woman's Mag Whimsy Level of Moral Convention. Ibid, May 25, 16 sevenths A Miss Lonely Hearts on a Foundering Woman's Mag 1958 Spectator June 13, 768 of two Ophelia's infatuated woman's magazine Royalism rings with especially hollow tinkle in Glenn Byamshaw's production of Hamlet. 1959 J, Brain Voti XXI. 231 Honestly, that woman's magazine stuff. Just the sort of advice these damned aunties give. 1974 Times Lit. Supple. May 3rd 483 of 2, without these pages of imaginative grace, the novel would be dangerously close to the woman's magazine level of romantic fiction with which it persistently flirts. 1599 Breton Will of Wit, Grossart, 57/1. I think it better to be thought a good asterisk woman's man than an ill man's woman. 1693 Congreve Old Bach. 413 Railing is the best qualification in a woman's man. 1711 Steel Spect. Number 156 1 The woman's man is a person in his air and behavior quite different from the rest of our species. 1729 T. Cook Tales, etc. 93. And him the women called a woman's man 1818 Fessenden Ladies Monitor 31 Nor will I sanction any plan to annihilate your pretty woman's man. A 1450 Stockholm Med, MSLF 209 Frange Cress or asterisk Womenese Meadworth. 1881 E. C. Stanton et al. History. Woman's Suffrage I, 14. 577 The woman's rights movement is a practical one. 1894 J. E. Schmall and English woman's Reverend April 16, 90 For many years Maria de Reisms was looked upon as the sole and undisputed head of the asterisk woman's movement in France. 1906 C. P. Gilman Women and Economics, edition 5, 3. 49 So utterly has the status of woman been accepted as a sexual one that it has remained for the woman's movement of the 19th century to devote much contention to the claim that women are persons. 1933 Wascoop II 15 Those carefree days when he had edited the asterisk woman's page. 1952 M. Steen Phoenix Rising 4. 87 An editor, or a publisher, or a woman's page writer. 1971 Woman's Page, see Sexism. 1620b, Johnson Mask, News FR. New World, 1641, 42 Crow. 9. Comb. With women, A. Appos, serving as plurals of combs. With woman, see 6b, 7 women doctors, women drivers, women friends, women journalists, women ministers, women priests, women professors, women students, etc. B. Objective, etc. synonymous with the caresp. Combs. With woman, see 6c, 7. 1748 Richardson Clarissa, 1768, 4. 159 His Daughter's Will, When Women Grown Especially. 1753 to 4 Grandison 4. 13. 81 These Women Frightening Heroes. 1856 Bead Tales of COLL Life, Long Vac. Vigilex. The Morning Post devoted half a column to these women-absorbing topics. 1896 Daily News December 26 2 halves A nation of women-supported men. C. Special Comb. Women House SC. A building set apart for women only. Women Liberators. Women's Liberationists. See Sense 10 below. Women Matters PL. Matters relating to women. Women Men PL. See Woman Man. 7. Women Power equals Woman Power. Sense 7 above. Women Sleepers PL. Female Nurses. CF Woman Keeper in Sense 7. Women Strikers PL. Striker N. 2D. Prostitutes. Women's Suffrage equals Woman Suffrage. C7. Women Wise ADV. In the Fashion or Way of Women. Women Years. PL of Woman Year. Sense 7 above. 1,792 Statist. ACC, Scott. 2, 149 at these, Bleach-Fields. There are a number of women not having families, nor residing in families, but in asterisk women houses, so-called, erected on purpose. See 1865 J, Shaw and R, Wallace Country Scolm. 1899, 154 large central buildings of the public works called women houses. 1969 time November 21st 53 asterisk Women Liberators at Atlantic City. 1632 B, Johnson Meng. Lady 4. 2. Keep these asterisk women matters in our own verge. 1864 Meredith Amelia XXXVI. Are there men women and asterisk women men? Have we changed parts tonight? 1968 Ramparts February 28 Her concept of asterisk women power, then, is assimilation to achieve a gray flannel equality for the purpose of bettering women's estate in society by having them beat the hell out of the men at the establishment game. 1978 Daily Tell. 3rd May 17th and 2nd Consultants to advise businesses on how to improve their use of manpower, or women power for that matter. 1630. Decker London Loopback, 1925, 190 When the bell hath ceased tolling for thee, and thy asterisk women sleepers low gaping for thy linen. 1665 Needham Med, Medicine 73, Secutus, hardly grants any possibility of asterisk women strikers escaping pox. 1867 times March 4th 6 to 4 Mr. Mill upon asterisk women suffrage. 1930 asterisk women wise, see man wise SV man in, 20A. 1977 Lancet October 29, 922 to 1 The latest report is based on 206,689 asterisk women years of observation. 10. Comb. With women's boat, a boat to be used by women only equals UMIAC, Women's College, a university college that admits only women as students. Women's courses, evil equals catamenia. Women's group, a group formed for the discussion or furtherance of the interests of women. Women's Institute, an organization of women in rural areas who meet regularly and engage in various social and cultural activities. Womenskins, of the female sex. Women's liberation, the liberation of women from subservient social status and all forms of sexism, also usually with cap. Initial, a militant movement with these aims, also abbrev. As Women's Lib, CF Lib, hence Women's Libier, Liberationist. Women's Magazine equals Woman's Magazine, sense 8 above. Similarly Women's Mag, Women's Men, PL of Woman's Man. C8, Women's Movement A, equals Woman Movement SV Woman N. 7, B, the Women's Liberation Movement, see above. Women's Page equals Woman's Page, sense 8 above. Women's Room US equals Ladies SV Lady N. 4F. Women's Rural Institute, see Rural A. 6, Women's Studies ORIG. 1823 Scoresby JRNL, P, XXX. They had made a 3 years excursion along the eastern coast in A** women's boat. 1867 Geo. Elliott Lett. November 22, 1956, 4. For 01 there is a scheme on foot for A** Women's College, or rather university to be in connection with the Cambridge University. 1920 AN, Whitehead Concept Nature I. 7 Suppose that the expositor is in London, say in Regent's Park, and in Bedford College, the great women's college which is situated in that park. 1948 M. Lasky Tory Heaven 7. 92 the women's colleges at Oxford became reserved for bees. 1984 A. Cross Sweet Death 11. 129 Can you offer me one reason for women's colleges these days? 1615 Crook Body of Man 62 where we apply cupping glasses to bring down asterisk women's courses. 1379 MS Glauc. Catheter. 19 I4. 2B Menstrua. In English asterisk women's eval. 1968 Ramparts May 8th Your attitude was condescending throughout, and your analysis of radical asterisk women's groups amounted to a movement fashion report. 1977 Evening Post, Nottingham, January 27 4/4 He is a solicitor, and while in Paris he was invited to talk to an American women's group. 1906 Representative Women's Institute's Province of Ontario 69 After placing before them the aims and objects of the asterisk Women's Institute the warden kindly assured us that he was in sympathy with our work. 1909 JRNL, Home Econ. I-161 The usual practice has been to hold the Women's Institute on the same day as the Institute for Men. 1912 Representative Farm and Agricultural Schools and Colleges in France, Germany, and Belgium, Board of EDUC. 20 The success which has followed the formation of women's institutes in Poland, the United States, and Canada incited some social and agricultural reformers in Belgium to organize similar means of education. IBID 20 The Women's Institute is an association of farmers' wives, daughters, and sisters who meet periodically to hear lectures, read papers, and study books on professional subjects. 1921 Daily Colonist, Victoria, BC. March 20th 32 of 2 The first general meeting of the Victoria Women's Institute was held Friday afternoon. 1924, Sea Scout N.42CA. 1935 N. and 2 Quetzales February 87 of 2 The Women's Institute of the Old Village of Cambo. 1982 Daily Tell, November 25th. Oxford English Dictionary, 2nd edition, 1989. Copyright Oxford University Press 1989.
The Internet. We wrote the World Wide Web. In addition, we also helped to invent television, radio, radar, microwaves, not to mention MRI scans, PET scans, X-rays. In other words, almost everything you see in your living room, almost everything you see in a modern hospital at some point or other can be traced to a physicist. Now, I got interested in physics when I was a child. When I was 8, a great scientist had just died. I still remember my elementary school teacher